for this week's video, I thought that it would be so much fun if I did a Draw My Life. And yes, this is a Draw My Life in 2015, so let's begin. It all started in the Philippines when my mom got pregnant again for the third time, and that's when I came. I was born in November 10th, 2001, and I hope I was a really cute baby. When I was a kid, I was usually the chubby one, and I was a talkative one. I talked a lot, and I still do, so it's pretty bad, but yeah. In 2003, my sister came along, Angela, and it was a pretty good surprise for me because it happened like 2 days before my birthday. And just so happens that my dad, me, and my sister were born in November. My dad was born November 7th, so yeah. And here's just an overview of my family. This is my dad, my mom, my older sister Carla, my brother Adrian, me, and my younger sister Angela. When we were in the Philippines, me and my family like to go on a lot of road trips. We like to visit our cousins from different cities, and we did really have a lot of fun going to different places. Back to my sister Angela. Ever since she came along, we've always liked playing around with each other. We like to make our own skits. We do fight a lot till today. Like, as we speak, we legit fight all the time. And we become friends again, obviously. And we like to play outside with our friends. And it's just a blast whenever we hang out. I remember the time when we were just at home on a regular Saturday, and my brother showed me this website called YouTube. And at a pretty young age, about 6, 7, something like that, he showed me this video from Happy Tree Friends. That's actually one of the first videos I've watched in YouTube. And I've always never really liked YouTube, like, oh, it's just a website, you make videos. I didn't really care, but it was pretty interesting. School in the Philippines is somewhat like school here in America. The only difference is that a lot of people go to private schools, and public schools were much different than private schools. In my school, it was actually a school from kindergarten to 12th grade, which is high school, and it's just like a really big school. It was a Catholic school. There were a lot of kids. We had fun field trips every year. I'm pretty sure I went every year, and I was there from first grade to third grade, and there were no bullies really in my case, and we did have to wear uniforms since it was a private school. And it was Catholic too, but I'm not Catholic, I just went to that school. In our school, we also have a lot of poem contests. It's basically where we have to memorize a poem, and we have like no choice but to do it. It's like for every grade. And I remember how we had to memorize poems and had to stand up, and judges would have to judge you, and you would get medals and a trophy if you're in first place, obviously. I remember when I was in second grade or third grade, we would there would be dance breaks in between poems, and we would have to rehearse for them. So in second grade, I liked this guy. I'm not saying his real name because that would be really weird, so I'm just naming him Kevin. That's not his real name, but I liked him for some apparent reason, and we were in the same class, and we talked once in a while. But then one time he had to change his class, and we never really talked after that. So third grade came along, and this was a time where there's new classmates and new classes, and when I actually came to my class, I noticed that Kevin was in my same class, and of all the seats, and of all the classes, and of all the people, my teacher told us to sit next to each other, and it was just like assigned seats, and it was kind of awkward because I think he really knew that I liked him, and he was actually one of the first people to know I was moving to America. Speaking of moving to America, this was the time for me to say goodbye to all my friends from the Philippines, and I did have to say goodbye to my closest friends, Rio and Kyle, and they are still one of my closest friends. We don't really talk a lot anymore. Other than my friends, I did have to say goodbye to my other friends from school, obviously, and it was very heartbreaking for me to know that that was the last time I was going to see them for a really long time. Packing was even harder for me because knowing that I'm gonna have to leave other things in the Philippines and knowing that I have to move to another country was very exciting in a way that I'm really sad I'm moving. Moving to America was a very big and important experience for me because not only I was 9 years old at that time, but also because it was the first time I ever went on an airplane, and it was the same for my other sisters and my brother, and it was kind of cool because I was just on an airplane. It was a very fun experience for me. When we moved to the United States, we lived in our aunt's house for about 4 years, and we came in February 7, 2011, and my aunt was nice enough to let us use her house and live in her house until we get our own place, which we do now. And for the first couple years that we were here in America, we actually went to a lot of different places such as New York, Vermont, Pennsylvania, and so much more. And I can't wait to go to even more places. At our aunt's house, we definitely got trained and we just experienced a lot of things that we really did not know how to do, such as sweeping the floor, making rice. Yes, we do make rice. We're Asian, so making rice, washing the dishes, cleaning the bathroom, fixing our room, simple things like that. We didn't really know because that's not something we did in the Philippines. Speaking of school here in America, I was still 9 years old and I was in 3rd grade. I decided to finish 3rd grade in an elementary school, and people were actually excited when I came. Making new friends was kind of easy for me because people were actually excited to meet me as a friend, and people were really nice, and I just enjoyed it. I loved it so much, and they were actually really nice. Before my first day of school, I started freaking out and always thinking like, going back to other movies I've watched in the past, people in America were like, there's a lot of bullies, there's cliques, there's mean girls, there's nerds, and all those kind of bad stuff. And I don't know, that's just kind of how I thought of it. And in February 14, I went on a bus, school bus, a yellow school bus, something I've never really been on in the Philippines. And that was the first day of school for me. Ever since I was a little kid, I was really into stationery, and I just thought, why not make a YouTube video? And that's when the DIY cute little notebook came along. And after a couple days, I've made the video. I noticed that the views were growing, and right now I just have like 50,000 views, which is crazy. It's a really big number if you ask me. And there were a lot of good comments saying that I did good. It was they loved it. It was amazing, stuff like that. And I just really loved the support they gave me. And so I went ahead and made another video, which is deleted actually. It's just me singing a song, and yeah. So middle school came along. Oh, how I love middle school. It was the first day of middle school, and I was in 6th grade, just like everybody else in the first day of middle school. And there I was in another school for me to get used to and meet new friends. I remember joining chorus the first time after I heard that there was actually a chorus club, I guess, in the school. I could not wait to actually audition and do it. We did have to audition for Select Chorus, which is just a group of people that actually gets to go on competitions and stuff, and I actually made it. And so there I was, and our music teachers right in the middle, and chorus was just great. It was amazing. I had so much fun and meeting new people. Chorus did use up a lot of my time when it comes to studying for school and stuff, but it didn't really affect my grades. I actually had honor roll throughout the whole year, other than third marking period, which I actually got a high honor roll. Speaking of classes, I loved my 7th period class, which was math. We had the best math class. My teachers were really funny. One teacher, like my main teacher, actually raps in a way. We had our own little crew, I guess. It was called the Cookie Monster crew, and it was me, Johnny, Rachel, and Stephanie. And I just love doing math. I love talking to my friends. I miss them so much right now. And we did take a lot of selfies, like secretly. See, as you guys can see, there's the phone on her hand and we're taking a selfie. And it was just a blast, and I just enjoyed math more than anything at that time. Other than chorus, I also auditioned for the school play. We actually did Hairspray, and I loved it. It was so much fun. I loved rehearsing for it, making more friends. I legit make friends like every day, and it was just so much fun. I love singing with them, and it was like, yes! So when my 6th grade year ended, during the summer I made even more videos, and I just made videos like once in a while, and I actually thought it was really fun. So when 7th grade came along, that's when I realized I needed a schedule when I make my videos, and so I started making videos every Friday, which is my old schedule. Now I changed it to every Saturday. But I noticed that I had grown more and more subscribers every time I make videos. And during 7th grade, I still did chorus and made even more friends. After a while, I noticed more and more people started watching my videos and knowing that I was Forever Manila, and it was really, really cool. Oh, how I remember the Halloween dance in my school. I dressed up as Miranda Sings. Yes, the Miranda Sings. All the 7th graders loved my costume. I loved it personally. Obviously, why would I dress up like her? All the 6th graders started treating me as if I was really Miranda Sings, and I just became the Miranda Sings in my school, and it was just a really cool experience. And in the middle of my school year, sadly, I had to move once more, and this is where I live right now, actually. I had to move all my friends, and it was hard to tell everyone about it, and I cried the last day. I had to, last day of school for me, and it was very heartbreaking because these are all my friends that I've known ever since I moved to America, and knowing that I had to leave them was very hard. And so me and my family had to move to an apartment. This is just an apartment complex I've drawn. I don't know. But yeah, so this is where I live now, and I'm like basically kind of getting used to the city and what's going on, and it's kind of working for me right now. Moving to a new school was something I had to go through once more, and I'm just gonna have to go through this again and again, you know. I did make new friends. They are really nice. It seems to me that people and students are kind of just the same, really, and I did have to, you know, get used to another school system because I really was used to my other one, because I've been going to school to it a lot, but now I have to get used to another school system, and it's kind of working for me right now, so it's not really that bad. Speaking of YouTube, I still do make more videos, as you all know. More and more people are finding a lot about my YouTube channel. Even in my new school, I never really talked about it, but more and more people are starting to find out more about my YouTube channel, and it has really helped me make even more friends in my new school. And I just loved how YouTube really did change my life. It had made me more friendly and more open to people. YouTube has just changed my life, and I loved how YouTube did this to my life. Without you guys, my life wouldn't be this way. I just want to say thank you to everyone that has been supporting my YouTube channel, and I just love every little bit of you guys. You guys are just amazing, and you make me smile all the time, and I just love you guys. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye.